Cade stood at the checkout counter, his hands shaking as he counted the crumpled bills from his wallet. With only a few dollars left, he realized he could not afford both the diapers and the formula for his crying son Liam. The cashier tapped her foot impatiently, but then the man behind him in line, a tall, well-dressed stranger, leaned forward and said in a calm, authoritative voice, "I'll take them all." The words hung in the air of the busy Seattle Walmart. Liam wailed louder in the carrier strapped to Cade's chest. Cade turned stunned. The stranger was in his late 30s with sharp features, dark hair, and piercing blue eyes that spoke of quiet power. His suit looked custom-made, and his watch probably cost more than Cade's rent for a year. "I cannot accept that, sir," Cade said, his voice barely above a whisper. "I do not even know you." The man smiled gently, a rare softness breaking through his polished exterior. "Marcus Hale. And you look like you have had a rough day. It is just diapers. Let me help." Before Cade could protest, Marcus handed his black credit card to the cashier. "Add the wipes, the formula, and anything else in his basket too." The total rang up and Marcus paid without blinking. Cade felt heat rise in his cheeks, a mix of gratitude and deep shame. He had always been proud even when life kicked him down. At 32, he was raising Liam alone after choosing to become a father through a surrogate 3 years earlier. Coming out as gay to his conservative family in a small Oregon town had cost him their support. His parents called it a sin and cut him off completely when he refused to hide who he was. His last relationship had ended badly when his ex could not handle the responsibility of a child. Now here he was jobless after the coffee shop laid him off, relying on food banks and scraping by in a tiny apartment. Every decision felt like walking a tightrope with Liam's future on the line. Outside the store, the rain had eased, leaving the pavement shiny under streetlights. Marcus handed over the bags. "If you ever need anything, here is my card. No strings attached. I know what it is like to feel alone in this city." Cade took the card, their fingers brushing for a second. A strange warmth spread through him, but he pushed it down. "Thank you, Marcus. But I do not take charity." "It is not charity," Marcus replied. "It is one person helping another. Take care of that little guy." That night in his cramped apartment, Cade sat on the worn couch with Liam finally asleep in the crib. The card from Marcus lay on the coffee table like a temptation. He thought back to the surrogate process, the joy of holding Liam for the first time, and the crushing loneliness that followed when friends drifted away and family turned their backs. Being a gay single dad in America came with invisible weights. People stared in stores, whispered at playgrounds, and questioned his ability to raise a child. He picked up the card again. Marcus Hale. The name sounded familiar, perhaps from business news. SEO. A world away from Cade's reality. Yet those eyes had held no judgment, only understanding. Cade shook his head. He could not afford to hope. Not when one wrong step could mean losing custody or failing Liam. The next morning, bills piled up and the job search yielded nothing. Pride warred with desperation. After feeding Liam, Cade dialed the number. Marcus answered on the second ring, his voice surprised but warm. They agreed to meet at a quiet cafe near Pike Place Market. Cade arrived early, pushing Liam in a second-hand stroller, his clothes clean but faded. Marcus was already there in a casual sweater that still looked expensive. He waved them over and ordered coffee and pastries without asking. As they talked, Cade opened up more than he intended. He described the surrogate journey, the excitement of fatherhood, and the isolation after his family disowned him. "They said a child needs a mother and that my choices were selfish. But Liam is my world. I would do anything for him." Marcus listened intently, his own story emerging slowly. As CEO of Hale Tech, a successful software company, he had built an empire but paid for it with loneliness. His last relationship ended in betrayal when his partner left for a rival executive, taking company secrets and Marcus's trust. "I stopped letting people in after that. The board, the investors, everyone expects strength. But nights in that big empty penthouse are long." They bonded over shared experiences of navigating a world that still viewed gay men with suspicion, especially in positions of responsibility. Marcus offered Cade a job as an administrative assistant in the company entry-level, but with benefits and flexible hours for childcare. It is not pity, Cade. You seem capable and I need someone reliable. Think about it. Cade hesitated. Accepting felt like another debt. Yet the steady paycheck could mean stability for Liam. After a sleepless night, he accepted. His first day at Hale Tech was overwhelming. The sleek offices, the professional staff, and Marcus's calm presence in meetings made him feel out of place. But Marcus checked in personally, making sure Cade had what he needed. Over the following weeks, their interactions grew. Marcus visited Cade's apartment once to drop off supplies and ended up staying to help with Liam, who took an instant liking to him. Watching Marcus play gently with the baby stirred something deep in Cade. For the first time in years, he felt seen not as a struggling dad but as a man with desires and dreams. Yet doubts plagued him. Was Marcus just being kind? What if this attraction was one-sided? Society already judged him harshly. A relationship with a powerful CEO could bring more scrutiny. His internal conflict raged. Love felt like a luxury he could not afford when Liam's safety came first. Marcus felt the pull too. In board meetings, he caught himself thinking of Cade's quiet strength. But he remembered the pain of betrayal and the pressure from conservative investors who might not welcome a public relationship. The tension built slowly. One evening after work, Marcus invited Cade and Liam to his penthouse for dinner. The view of the city lights was breathtaking. Liam toddled around happily while the two men cooked together. Their hands brushed while chopping vegetables, and the air thickened with unspoken feelings. After Liam fell asleep, Marcus turned to Cade. I have not felt this connected to someone in years. You and Liam make this place feel like a home. Cade's heart raced. Marcus, I am scared. I have fought so hard to keep Liam. If people find out about us, the courts or my family could use it against me. And your company. Marcus stepped closer. I know the risks, but pretending we feel nothing is its own kind of betrayal. Their first kiss was tentative, then deep, filled with months of restrained emotion. It was not passion alone, but a promise of partnership. In the weeks that followed, they kept things private. Stolen moments at the office, late-night talks, and weekend outings with Liam. Cade began to heal from old wounds. Marcus laughed more and even brought Liam toys that showed real thoughtfulness. But cracks appeared. Cade's sister called one day after learning about his new job. Mom and Dad heard you are working for some rich guy. They think you are using him. Be careful, Cade. A child needs stability, not confusion. The words stung, reopening old family wounds. Marcus faced his own pressures when a board member hinted at rumors about his personal life affecting investor confidence. The romance deepened their bond, but also highlighted the moral dilemmas. Cade questioned if he was being selfish by pursuing happiness. Marcus wondered if he was asking Cade to risk too much. Yet every shared laugh and quiet moment of holding hands while Liam slept made the connection feel worth fighting for. External forces soon tested them. Cade's parents showed up unannounced at his apartment. His father, a stern man from a traditional background, confronted him immediately. We heard about this Hale man. You cannot raise our grandson in that lifestyle. It is not right. Give us custody and we will provide a proper home. The argument escalated. Cade stood his ground, defending his love for Liam and his right to live authentically. You turned your back on me when I needed you most. Marcus has been more of a father figure to Liam than you ever tried to be. Marcus arrived to support Cade, but the confrontation left scars. Later, a former colleague of Marcus leaked hints of their relationship to a gossip site. The story stayed small, but stock in Hale Tech dipped slightly. Investors called, demanding explanations. Betrayal came from within too. Cade's ex resurfaced, claiming he wanted to be part of Liam's life again, but really seeking money. He threatened to testify against Cade in a potential custody challenge, painting him as unstable. Cade faced impossible choices. Breaking things off with Marcus might protect Liam and Marcus's career, but it would shatter both their hearts. Staying meant risking everything. Internal torment consumed him. Nights were filled with pacing and silent tears, while Liam slept peacefully unaware. Marcus refused to let go. We have both paid enough for other people's prejudices. This love is real, Cade. We fight together or we lose ourselves. The pressure mounted with tense meetings, family calls, and sleepless nights. Each decision carried a heavy price. The crisis peaked when Cade received a court summons. His parents had filed for grandparents' rights, citing concerns over his unstable environment. Media attention grew, linking Marcus's company to the scandal. Board members urged Marcus to distance himself. In a heated argument, Cade nearly ended it. I cannot do this to Liam or to you. Maybe they are right. Maybe I should choose stability over love. Marcus grabbed his hands. That is fear talking. You have taught me that real strength is choosing what is right even when it costs everything. I am willing to lose the company if it means keeping you and Liam. They attended the hearing together. Cade poured his heart out in testimony, describing the sacrifices, the love, and the unwavering commitment to his son. Marcus stood by him as a character witness. The judge delayed a decision, but the emotional toll was immense. During this time, Cade confronted his deepest internal conflict. Was his pursuit of love selfish when Liam's future hung in the balance? Marcus questioned his own past choices, wondering if his drive for success had left him isolated for too long. A moment of awakening came during a quiet night. Liam had a fever and both men stayed up caring for him. In the dim light, they realized their bond had grown into a family. The price they paid in stress and fear was real, but so was the joy. The resolution came gradually. The court ruled in Cade's favor, emphasizing his stable job and loving care. His parents softened slightly after seeing the evidence, but old wounds remained. Marcus's company weathered the storm as positive media focused on his philanthropy and support for diverse families. They moved forward together. Marcus helped Cade find better housing, and they built a life balancing careers and parenthood. Family prejudices lingered and societal stares continued, but their commitment grew stronger. Through every confrontation, betrayal, and sacrifice, both men awakened to a deeper truth. Love demanded courage, and the price was worth paying when it meant raising Liam in a home filled with acceptance. In the end, Cade stood on the balcony of their new home watching Marcus play with Liam. The journey from that supermarket checkout to this moment had been painful and beautiful. Was Cade right to risk everything for this love, despite the threats to his son's security? Or should he have chosen a safer path to meet society's expectations?